Radio Rahim with Romna Reigns. This is a GOAT about to wrestle a YouTuber, a three-time, come on the third fight, a three-time wrestler. How does a fight like this get made?
Well, I think WWE is a land of like the impossible. This is a place where you can, possibly see Godzilla take on King Kong. You know what I mean? This is how we do it. So we're always trying to match make and create these opportunities and these moments that the fans have never seen before. Especially with the fight game being the way it is, we want to go on the opposite end and just give the very best matchups, the best of the best against the best of the best. And like you said, he's only this is going to be his third match. He showed a lot of really good promise, though, man. He's got a huge following. He creates a lot of buzz, asses in seats. The nine. But I think with all that buzz that he has, people overlook the fact that he is a good athlete. As good of an athlete as me, probably not. But at the same time, with this amount of distraction, with the amount of stuff I have on my plate, with the length that I've been in this title reign, it's so important that we keep our eye on the ball because anything can happen out there. You never know, man. You step out your front door, you slip, ankles, your whole day is messed up. That can happen. Yeah, so we have to be crisp and we have to be, just on point and making sure everything's good. And we're going to smash them. If I do all that, smash them. Done.
Now, Logan has admitted that wrestling is more difficult than boxing, but he doesn't seem to respect the legacy that you have or even the sport that much. He's still talking a lot of trash and seems to dismiss the athletes in the WWE. Is that something that gets under your skin? And what do you feel about that disrespect?
It's just ignorance, man. It's fine from afar, but when I'm sitting on the same stage and I hear some of that dumb shit spewed out, of course it's going to anger me and things are going to pop off. But at the same time, before he came here, no disrespect, didn't know who he was. I'm not a 15-year-old little girl. I don't watch Logan Paul or any of the Paul YouTube vlog people. That's not what I do. So I don't have any, problems with him not watching me because he was busy doing what he does. And that's videotaping himself doing God knows what. So go videotape yourself doing God knows what and leave the true professionalism, the sports entertainment, the professional wrestling to people like me. There's nobody like me.
Now, another big name that's gotten involved in the WWE, I was there at the Clash in Cardiff, and Tyson Fury got involved in the action. I would have thought he might have come to your aid, and instead, he helped your opponent and then sang a song in the middle of the arena. What did you make of Tyson getting involved in the action like that and really turning on you?
Well, he did a solid. I think he was lost in the match along with everybody else that was in that stadium. He saw a guy like Austin Theory running down there trying to interrupt this great battle that was taking place in front of them, and he pulled the trigger and he stopped it himself. So I think that was just him being a huge fan in the moment, not wanting that moment to be ruined by some dummy like Theory. And he just stepped in, intervened, and he allowed it to play out like a champion would want it to be seen. And then the true champion won the match, and everything, is how it needs to be. The world is perfect.
Now, with that said, a lot of the WWE wrestlers a little bit down the trough have had some issue with these guys coming in with their big names and sensationalism and maybe taking their spots or the big opportunities. Do you feel like they have a legitimate gripe?
Be so good, nobody can take your spot. I don't care who they bring in. You can bring in anyone, and they ain't going to take the Tribal Chief spot.
And lastly, since Vince McMahon is retired and we got Triple H running the show, how's it been different, and how does the WWE feel now as opposed to before?
It's a different perspective coming from me. I think Triple H has done a great job. It's got to be madness trying to step into that role and fill those type of shoes. I said it before. Taking over for someone like John Cena felt like, man, this is pretty difficult. I could not imagine trying to take over for Vince McMahon. So, huge respect to him. I know he's got his hands full, but he's the guy for the job, 100%, and I know he's going to do a good job. But for me, I have a great relationship with Vince. I have a great relationship with Triple H, so it hadn't really changed too much for me.
In Saudi, how are you going to prove once again that you're the GOAT?
I'm going to go out there and do what I do, man. It's about consistency. That creates the longevity. If you can do something nowadays, you have to continue to do it. There ain't no 15 minutes of fame. There's not a look at me this one night, I did great. They'll forget about you. So we continue to put in the work, showcase the skills that, dictate that we're on top for that reason. And I take every opportunity, as the wise man always says, as an audition to come back the next week. So after we're done and the world remember, yeah, he's the baddest dude alive, the GOAT. He smashed Logan Paul. They're going to love it when we come back the next week.
Well, I'll be ringside for the baddest man alive, the GOAT, Roman Reigns in Saudi. Can't wait for that competition. Radio Rahim with Roman Reigns.